Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare 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 Rama
Rama
Hare Rama
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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Bolo Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Ishvara Parama Krishna Satchidananda Vigraha Anadiradir Govinda Sarvakarana Karanam Chintamani Prakara Sadma Sukalpa Vriksha Lakshavriteshu Surabhera Bhipalayantam Lakshmi Sahasrashata Sambrama Sevyamanam Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Venum Kvanantamaravinda Dalayataksham Barhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandarpakoti Kamaniya Vishesha Shobham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Alola Chandrakala Sadvanamalya Vamshi Ratnangadam Pranayakeli Kalavilasam Shyamam Tribhangalalitam Niyata Prakasham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasya Sakalendriya Vrittimanti Pashyanti Panti Kalayanti Chiram Jaganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadujvala Vigrahasya Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Advaitamachyutamanadi Manantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayauvanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabhamadurlabhamatma Bhakto Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Pantastu Koti Shatavatsara Sampragamyo Vayorathapi Manaso Munipunghavanam Sopyasti Yat Prapadasinya Vichintya Tattve Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ekopya Saurachayitum Jagadanda Kotim Yachaktirasti Jagadanda Chayaya Dantaha Andantarastha Paramanu Chayantarastham Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Yadbhava Bhavita Dhiyo Manujastataiva Samprapya Rupa Mahima Sanayana Bhusha Suteiryameva Nigama Pratithaistuvanti Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Ananda Chinmaya Rasa Pratibhavitabihi Tabhiryayeva Nijarupataya Kalabihi गोलोक एव निवसत्यखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि प्रेमाञ्जनच्चुरितभक्तिविलोचनेन सन्तः सदैव हृदयेषु विलोकयन्ति यं श्यामसुन्दरमचिन्त्य गुणस्वरूपं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि रामादिमूर्तिषु कलानियमेन तिष्ठन् नानावतारमकरोद्भुवनेषु किन्तु कृष्णः स्वयं समभवत् परमः पुमान्यो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्य प्रभा प्रभवतो जगदण्डकोटि कोटिष्वशेषवसुधादिविभूतिभिन्नम् तद्ब्रह्म निष्कलमनन्तमशेषभूतम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि माया हि यस्य जगदण्डशतानि सूते त्रैगुण्यतद्विषयवेदवितायमाना सत्त्वावलम्बि परसत्त्वविशुद्धसत्त्वम्
गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि आनन्दचिन्मयरसात्मतयः मनस्सु यः प्राणिनां प्रतिफलं स्मरतामुपेत्य लीलायितेन भुवनानि जयत्यजस्रम् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि
गोलोकनाम्नि निजधाम्नि तले च तस्य देवी महेश हरिधामसुतेषु तेषु ते ते प्रभावनिचया विहिताश्च येन गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि सृष्टिस्थितिप्रलयसाधनशक्तिरेका छायेव यस्य भुवनानि बिभर्ति दुर्गा इच्छानुरूपमपि यस्य च चेष्टते सा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि क्षीरं यथा दधि विकारविशेषयोगा सञ्जायते न हि तथा पृथगस्ति हेतोः यः शम्भुतामपि तथा समुपैति कार्यात् गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि दीपार्चिरेव हि दशान्तरमभ्युपेत्य दीपायते विवृतहेतु समानधर्मा यस्तादृगेव हि च विष्णुतया विभाति गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यः कारणार्णवजले भजति स्म योगा निद्रामनन्तजगदण्डसरोमकूपः आधारशक्तिमवलम्ब्य परां स्वमूर्तिं गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्यैकनिश्वसितकालमथावलम्ब्य जीवन्ति लोमविलजा जगदण्डनाथाः विष्णुर्महान् स इह यस्य कलाविशेषो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि भास्वान् यथा स्म सकलेषु निजेषु तेजः स्वीयं कियत् प्रकटयद्यपि तद्वदत्र ब्रह्माय एष जगदण्डविधानकर्ता गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यत्पादपल्लवयुगं विनिधाय कुम्भा द्वन्द्वे प्रणामसमये स गणाधिराजः विघ्नान् विहन्तुमलमस्य जगत्त्रयस्य गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि अग्निर्मही गगनमम्बुमरुद्दिशश्च कालस्तथात्ममनसीति जगत्त्रयाणि यस्माद्भवन्ति विभवन्ति विशन्ति यं च गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यच्चक्षुरेष सविता सकिल ग्रहाणां राजा समस्तसुरमूर्तिरशेष तेजः यस्याज्ञया भ्रमति संभृतकालचक्रो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि धर्मोऽथपापनिचयः श्रुतयस्तपांसि ब्रह्मादिकीटपदगावदयश्च जीवाः यद्धत्तमात्र विभवः प्रकटप्रभावा गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यस्त्विन्द्रगोपमतवेन्द्रमहो स्वकर्मा बन्धानुरूपफलभाजनमातनोति कर्माणि निर्दहति किन्तु च भक्तिभाजां गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि यं क्रोधकामसहजप्रणयादिभीति वात्सल्यमोहगुरुगौरवसेव्यभावैः सञ्चिन्त्य तस्य सदृशीं तनुमापुरेते गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि श्रियः कान्तः कान्तः परमपुरुषः कल्पतरवो द्रुमा भूमिश्चिन्तामणिगणमयी तोयममृतम् कथागानं नाट्यं गमनम् अपि वंशी प्रियसखी चिदानन्दं ज्योतिः परमपि तदास्वाद्यमपि च स यत्र क्षीराब्धिश्रवति सुरभिभ्यश्च सुमहान् निमेषार्धाख्यो वा व्रजति नहि यत्रापि समयः भजे श्वेतद्वीपं तमहं इह गोलोकमिति यम् विदन्तस्ते सन्तक्षितिविरलचारा कतिपये हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे।
श्री श्री ब्रह्म संहिता की। Hare Krishna. Those devotees who have not collected the coupons, kindly collect prasadam coupons.
Hare Krishna. Shri Nityananda Trayodashi Mahamahotsav ki
जय
Shri Nityananda Rama Balarama ki
जय
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Gauranga,
Krishna Hare Hare,
Nityananda,
Hare Rama,
Nityananda,
Hare Rama,
Nityananda.
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama
Nittai
Hare Rama
Nittai
Rama Rama Hare
Nittai
Hare
Nittai Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Gauranga
Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hari Bol.
Hare Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna
Nittai, Nittai.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Oh Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Nittai.
Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama
Jai Shri Nityananda Trayodashi Mahamahotsav ki Jai.
Круто. Чак. नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
पतियाचे नामहट जीवेराकारा
पतियाचे नामहट जीवेराकारा
श्रद्धावान जाने श्रद्धावान जाने
श्रद्धावान जन है श्रद्धावान जन है
प्रभुराज्ञाय भाई मागिए भिक्षा
प्रभुराज्ञाय भाई मागिए भिक्षा
बोलो कृष्णा भाजो कृष्णा करो कृष्णा शिक्षा
बोलो कृष्णा भजो कृष्णा करो कृष्णा शिक्षा
बोलो कृष्णा भाजो कृष्णा करो कृष्णा शिक्षा
बोलो कृष्णा भजो कृष्णा करो कृष्णा शिक्षा
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान नदिया अपराध शून्य हो कृष्णा
अपराध शून्य हो कृष्ण
कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धाना प्राण
कृष्ण माता कृष्ण पिता कृष्ण धन
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
कृष्णेरा संसारा कोरो चढ़ियाना सा
कृष्णेरा संसार को हरियाणा था
जीवे दोया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सारा
दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार
जीवे दोया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार
जीव दया कृष्ण नाम सर्वधर्म सार
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
हे पाते आचे नामहट जीवेराकारा
पाते आचे नामहट जीवेराकारा
श्रद्धावान जाने श्रद्धावान जाने
श्रद्धावान जाना है श्रद्धावान जाना है
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया
बोलो बोलो
नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
नदिया गोद्रुमे नित्यानंद महाजान
अति अच्छे नाम हट जीवेराकारा
अति अच्छे नाम हट जीवेराकारा
श्रद्धावान जान है श्रद्धावान जान है
श्रद्धावान जान है श्रद्धावान जान है
श्रद्धावान जान है, श्रद्धावान जान है,
श्रद्धावान जान है।
नदिया गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान, हाँ नदिया गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान,
गोत्र में नित्यानंद महाजान।
जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम,
जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम,
जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम,
जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम,
जय नित्यानंद राम, नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम,
जय नित्यानंद राम, नित्यानंद राम, नित्यानंद राम, जय नित्यानंद राम,
जय गौरानिताय, 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 जय गौरानिताय,
जय गौरनिताय, 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 जय गौरनिताय,
जय गौरानिताय, 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 जय गौरानिताय,
गौरनिताय, 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 जय गौरनिताय।
Hare Krishna. So we request devotees to join for Prasadam distribution seva. Prabhus and Matajis kindly assemble near kitchen by 6:45. Those who want to join for Prasadam distribution, both Matajis and Prabhujis, please join near kitchen by 6:45. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So on this auspicious occasion of Sri Nityananda Trayodashi, we have the very holy presence of His Holiness Bhakti Prachar Parivarjak Swami Maharaj, whom all of you are very familiar with. And Maharaj is here last couple of days giving Nityananda Katha, Sri Nityananda Prabhu's Katha. So today also we are very fortunate to hear from him. So let's welcome Maharaj by once chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जसोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जसोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जमुना तेरा वनचारी जमुना तेरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जसोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जसोदानंदन व्रज जन रंजन जमुना तेरा वनचारी जमुना तेरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी जय राधा माधव जय राधा माधव राधा माधव जय राधा माधव जय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय गौरानिताय जय गौरानिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 निताय गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल जंग विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शत शिष्य माता भाई शरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की ISKCON Bibri Founder Charges Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर शतश्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की ब्रजमय वृंदावन धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की श्री एकचक्र धाम की नित्यानंद राम की नित्यानंद त्रयोदशी महामहोत्सव की समवेत गौर भक्त बिंद के निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Ajnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Sa Padantikam Vandeham Shri Gura Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Shri Rupang Sagra Jatang Sahagana Raghunathan Nitang Tang Sajivam Sadaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padang Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanitangscha Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschat Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaevacha Patitanang Papanebho Vaishnavebho Namo Namaha Namo Mahabhadanaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaudatishe Namaha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandha Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radhakanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Nilachala Nivasaya Nityaya Paramatmane Balabhadra Subhadrabhyang Jagannathaya Te Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Mukam karati vachalam panghulanghaite giring Jat kripa tamaham bande Shri Gurung dinatarinam Paramananda madhavam Shri Chaitanya Isharam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Sankirtan movement. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Nityananda Prabhu ki. Harinam Sankirtan ki. Ekachakra Dham ki. Gaur Premanande. So today is the very auspicious day, the divine appearance day of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So, on this auspicious day, I would like to welcome all of you for this evening program to celebrate Nityananda Trayodashi festival. Hope you are in bliss. Hope you are happy. How do I know? So you should express the happiness in a much louder voice today, because today is the appearance day of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Thank you so much. So we have been discussing for last few days about who is Lord Nityananda Prabhu. Some of you are hearing online. We have been discussing here in the temple. Still, today we should discuss about that in a nutshell. Then we'll enter into the life and teachings of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram. It is explained, Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachushita Hoilo Sei Balaram Hoilo Nitai. So Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ete Changsha Kalapungsha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. So he is a Swayam Bhagavan. And his first expansion is Balaram. So Balaram is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami explains in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Balaram is also the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So what is the difference between Krishna and Balaram? Krishna is Sebya Bhagavan and Balaram is Sevak Bhagavan. This is the constitutional difference. And also the difference in the mood. Krishna accepts the service and Balaram renders service. Who renders service? He is a servant. Who receives service is a master. So it is also explained, Ekela Ishvara Krishna Arsha Bhritya. Only master in the whole creation is Krishna. Everybody else is servant, including Lord Balaram. Is it good news or bad news? Balaram is very, very happy because service to the Lord is more important than Lord himself. That's why Krishna wants to become devotee. But conditioned souls want to become God. There is a difference between the spiritual world and material world. In the spiritual world, the real Supreme Personality of Godhead is feeling that what is the use to be a God? My devotees are enjoying more than me. Because Lord is a supreme enjoyer. Bhaktarang Jagatapusang. Krishna gave a full lecture in Bhagavad Gita. That is the supreme enjoyer. But he realized that he is not the supreme enjoyer. He realized that my devotees are enjoying more than me. That's why he developed the desire to become the devotee of Krishna. Krishna wanted to become a devotee. That's why he appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that is not the topic today. So topic is Lord Nityananda. But Balaram is a servant of Krishna. And he serves Krishna in all 5 rasas. That is the glory of Lord Balaram. Generally, devotees have one specific rasa. But some devotees have multiple rasas also. But Balaram has all the rasas to serve Krishna. He serves Krishna in Santaras. How? By expanding himself into different paraphernalia. Whatever you see, by which Krishna is sustained is expansion of Balaram. His bed, his dham, his dresses, his float, the temple, the pillars of the temple, altar, everything is Balaram. Even Mridanga, Balaram. Whatever is needed to serve Krishna, that is Balaram. Santaras. Dasya, that is the integral part of any devotee. So Balaram has that also the mood of a servant, although he is elder than Krishna from social point of view, but he is not the master. Who is the master? Krishna is the master and Balaram is the servant. Then the primary rasa of Balaram is Sakhya. He is a friend and he has all kinds of pastimes with Krishna in Sakyaras. Then elder brother is like a father. So he also has the mood of a father. And Mother Jasoda feels very confident when Balaram is with Krishna in the forest to protect Krishna. So in that mood, he has that parental bhava to serve Krishna. Then in that way, 4 rasas are included. Now problem with Madhurya rasa. Because in this rasa, you cannot have male body. But Balaram has a male body. So he has to do something. So he expanded himself as Ananga Manjari to serve Krishna in conjugal mela. So in that way, Balaram serves Krishna in all 5 rasas. That's why he is the original guru. Any service to be rendered to Krishna has to go not through by taking shelter of Balaram. There is no question of going through in the spiritual world. That is the understanding of this world. Everything has to go through me. That is not the concept in the spiritual world. Spiritual world is the natural, transparent, loving reciprocation. Everybody is unique. That's why that is very wonderful place. But in order to render service to Krishna, we have to take shelter of Balaram because that is he is the original servant of Krishna. So that Balaram, Brajendra Nandana Jai Sachisuta Hoilo say. Brajendra Nandan Krishna has appeared, or he appeared 500 years ago, still he is here, as Krishna. Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Balaram came as Nityananda Prabhu. Balaram hoilo Nitai. So philosophically it is clear to all of you who is Nityananda Prabhu. Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram. And who is Balaram? Balaram is Bhagavan, but he is Sevak Bhagavan. Is servant, Supreme Personality of Godhead. For Srila Prabhupada has translated Supreme Personality of Servitor Godhead. That is the way Prabhupada has translated. So that mood has to be understood properly. The purpose of Balaram is to serve Krishna. In the same way, the purpose of Nityananda Prabhu is to serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is no other purpose in Nityananda Prabhu's life. His life is completely dedicated for the service of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu appeared in a place called Ekachakra Dham. How many of you went to Ekachakra Dham? Only few. So I request the leaders of this temple to organize some visit of Ekachakra, because Ekachakra is a place where Lord Nityananda Prabhu appeared. That is known as Ekachakra Dham. It is a 3 hours journey by road from Mayapur. So those who visit Mayapur, please take this, take this opportunity, because it's very near to Mayapur, and go to Ekachakra Dham and get the blessings of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. So today, we will transport ourselves through sound vibration to Ekachakra Dham. That is the beauty of sound, right? So you can go anywhere. So Ekachakra Dham is the place of Nityananda Prabhu's appearance. And his father's name was Harai Pandit and mother's name was Padmavati. So Nityananda Prabhu stayed for 12 years in Ekachakradham. Then one sannyasi came and Harai Pandit served him so nicely. And as a householder, he told that sannyasi, whatever you want, I can give you. Charity has to be given to a sannyasi. Somehow, that sannyasi asked for the charity, Nityananda Prabhu. He said that I am traveling alone, I need a traveling secretary. So I think Nityananda can do that service wonderfully. So what to do now? Nityananda was the life and soul of Holeka Chakradham. But the parents have no other choice than to hand over Nityananda Prabhu to that sannyasi. So at the age of 12, Nityananda Prabhu left Ekachakradham and he was traveling with that sannyasi in all the holy places of India. So traveling to the holy places is very important service of Lord Balaram also. During Kurukshetra war, Balaram was not part of that war and he was traveling all over. Every holy place. He was traveling. In the same spirit, Nityananda Prabhu was traveling to all the holy places. But the point to be noted, while Nityananda Prabhu was traveling, he was not preaching Krishna consciousness. Very important point to understand the mood of Nityananda Prabhu. Why he did not do that? Because he was waiting for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to start the Sankirtan movement. Because his life is for the service of Lord Gauranga. His life is meant to assist Nityananda Prabhu, not to become independent, to assist Gauranga Mahaprabhu, not to become independent of Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu also did not start the preaching until he was ordered by his spiritual master to start the Sankirtan movement. After initiation in Gaya, Mahaprabhu was in love of Godhead. He was in ecstasy, mad for Krishna, and was running towards Vrindavan. He was running towards Vrindavan. The message came from the sky that this is not the time to go to Vrindavan. There is a purpose for which you came into this world. You came into this world to establish the Sankirtan movement. Now, you should go back to Navadip and start the Sankirtan movement. So when he got the order, then he came to Navadip and started the Sankirtan movement. And when Nityananda Prabhu heard that Mahaprabhu started the Sankirtan movement, he was in Vrindavan, he came to Mayapur to assist Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur to start the preaching movement. Hare Krishna preaching movement, the Sankirtan movement. And very important instruction. He called Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. All of you know this wonderful instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sona sona Nityananda, sona Haridas, sarvatra amar agga, karaho prakash, prati ghare ghare giya, karo ei bhiksha, balo Krishna, bhaja Krishna, karo Krishna shiksha. This is the essence of the mood of preaching given by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur. So he is telling, Sona Sona Nityananda, Sona Haridas. Haridas Thakur was not only chanting. Sometimes we think, oh, Haridas Thakur was only doing japa. Mahaprabhu's movement is not only for doing japa. Mahaprabhu's movement is also meant to spread the japa. That everybody should chant the holy name, not only I will chant. That is the mood of Bhajananandi Vaishnavas. Bhajananandi Vaishnavas, they are wonderful, but their main goal and only goal is to make their life perfect. But Goshtanandi Vaishnavas are those who not only want to make their life perfect, they also want to distribute this message so that others also can get the opportunity to make their life perfect. That is the mood, Goshtyanandi mood. Sometimes we don't understand that. Sometimes we think, what kind of sadhus we are, having wonderful palatial buildings known as temples, wonderful facilities. People criticize also. Why? So Srila Prabhupada was there in Mayapur and he built the grass hut, the first building of Mayapur project. And he told that it's enough for us. I don't know, enough for all of us or not, but he told that it's enough for all of us to do bhajan. But if we are here in this hut, then who will come? Mahaprabhu told, Prithivite ache jato nagaradi gram sarvatra pracharita hoibe mor naam. So Mahaprabhu expected that this holy name, the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam to spread all over the world in every town and village. To attract the people, we have to have the missionary spirit. That is the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are not only doing bhajan, we are also want to distribute that Krishna consciousness to anyone and everyone without any discrimination. That is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And Srila Prabhupada also had that mood because he is the Senapati Bhakta of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So sometimes people cannot understand. And Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada revolutionized the preaching mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He engaged everything to spread Krishna consciousness. What is Yukta Vairagya was perfectly exhibited by Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And being the ideal disciple, His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada also did the same thing. So he was going in the airport, in the flight, and sadhus crossing the ocean, and also in the flight. What kind of sadhu? Somebody asked Prabhupada, "You're sadhu, you're traveling in the flight?" He said, "What to do? I have to catch you. You are flying the speed, so I have to fly in the same speed, otherwise how can I catch you?" Prabhupada was like that. He was always thinking about spreading Krishna consciousness. But people tried to catch him. He was in the limousine car, and reporters caught him. He said, "You are an old sadhu, a sannyasi, limousine car. What's going on?" So what he did not know the personality, Prabhupada. And Prabhupada said that I am the representative of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is the owner of everything. And I am the guru of a rich country. So they should have given me a golden car. But out of love they have given this car. What to do? I have to accept it. Reporters. So Prabhupada knew how to answer because he did not have any other desire than the desire to spread the message of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu all over the world. So same mood here, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is giving to Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur. Sono sono Nityananda, sono Haridas, sarvatra amar agga karaho prakash. Proti ghare ghare giya, karo ei bhiksha. So a preacher should be a beggar. We should not become very proud that they are in Maya, I am in full Krishna consciousness, I should deliver all the fallen conditioned souls. This is a very wrong mood of preaching. Preacher should be a beggar. We should beg in a humble state of mind. So humility is very much needed. And if you don't know how to cultivate humility, preach Krishna consciousness. He will automatically become humble. You don't have to try for it. And how to preach? Not in calling them in your house. Mahaprabhu did not tell that call the people in your house, call the people in your temple, then preach Krishna consciousness. He is telling, Poti ghare ghare giya. You have to go, reach out to each and every house. Poti ghare. Not the house of a particular society or particular class. Every house. It can be grass hut, it can be mansion, but we have to go to each and every house. That is the mood of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. All inclusive. Everyone should be included. Prati ghare ghare giya karo ei bhiksha. We have to beg, but not begging for money. What we should beg as a preacher of Krishna consciousness? Bolo Krishna. We have to beg to chant the holy name of the Lord. Chant Hare Krishna. That is Bolo Krishna. Bhaja Krishna means worship Krishna. And Karo Krishna Shiksha. Read Gita. Read Srimad Bhagavatam. These are three aspects of preaching. Preaching means to inspire people to chant Hare Krishna, to worship Krishna and study Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. That is the three main aspects of preaching which Mahaprabhu told Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur to do that. So then preaching started, but preaching must have a strategy. If you don't have strategy, then you'll fail. So Nityananda Prabhu thought that I'll start my preaching mission with Jagai and Madhai. Very interesting. And Prabhupada also followed the same principle. So Jagai and Madhai, as soon as we talk about them, we laugh. But they are not the comedy character. They are the mafia don during that time. You have to understand that. But they are from Brahmana families. Their name were Madhavananda and Jagadananda. Good names. And they thought these names are too good for us. So we have to change our name. We should not think only initiation takes place in spiritual line. In mafia line also you have to change your names. So Jagadananda became Jagai and Madhavananda became Madhai, initiated into the service. And they thought now these are the good names. So they started. And they used to study scriptures regularly in the morning. Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Every day. And they used to take notes also. Very sincere students. And what notes they used to take? The sinful activities. The list of sinful activities. And they also make a list of priority. Which you want to do today? After breakfast, mission begins. And what not they did, everything they did. What kind of sinful activities we can think of, they did. They killed people, they burned their houses, they raped women, they killed people, everything they did. What kind of sinful activities are available, they did everything. And people used to be very, very, very scared. If Jagai Madhai used to come this way, people used to run away from this way. Very terrifying personalities. So Nityananda Prabhu thought, if they become devotees, then our preaching mission will be successful. Everybody will become devotees. Why? Out of fear they will become devotees. Because if they don't become devotees, they will be killed by Jagai Madhai. So that was the strategy. Prabhupada also chose America. And somebody asked Prabhupada, why you chose America? Your godbrothers went to Europe. He said, my godbrothers went to Europe, but they could not succeed. I thought that if I have to fail, better to fail in a new place. And if you fail in America, that is also glorious. I failed in America. Right? So that's the way Prabhupada expressed his humility. But his idea was that if American boys and girls, if they become Krishna conscious, the whole world will follow. Because whole world was following America. That was the preaching strategy of Srila Prabhupada. And he was following in the footsteps of Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu, he was preaching to Jagai and Madhai. The problem was with Haridas Thakur. He's a sadhu type. So he thought, what kind of preacher, what kind of preaching partner I got. And he's going to all kinds of horrible people. And he chose Jagai and Madhai. He said, don't go to them, we'll be killed. He said, no, we have to. And Madhai wanted to kill Nityananda Prabhu. Somehow he could not kill, but Nityananda Prabhu was hurt. He was bleeding. News went to Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Gauranga Mahaprabhu was furious. And he came with his army and he called Sudarshan to kill them. Then Nityananda Prabhu said, Prabhu, this is not the age of killing. You should not forget that. And no weapon is allowed in your incarnation. Your weapon is Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. You have to kill the demoniac nature of the people. And by the request of Nityananda Prabhu, Jagai, Madhai were delivered by Gauranga Mahaprabhu. So this is the power of Nityananda Prabhu's mercy. That's why there is a hope. If Jagai, Madhai can be delivered, so there is some hope for all of us, right? So Nityananda Prabhu, he did not discriminate. Rather, those who are most fallen, those who are most sinful, they used to get the mercy first. And in that way, Jagai Madhai got delivered. But in order to preach Krishna consciousness, we have to have the proper mood and qualities, which our acharyas are also explaining. So I have been talking this last 2-3 days, but I did not speak here, so I thought I will speak here also. So there is a song where it is mentioned the mood of Nityananda Prabhu while he is preaching. Akrada Paramananda Nityananda Rai Abhiman Sunna Nitai Nagore Barai. So other lines are also there in that song. We don't have time for the whole song to discuss, but this is very, very crucial part of the song. To understand the qualities and mood of Lord Nityananda Prabhu as a preacher of Krishna consciousness. So it is explained, first quality is akradha. Akradha means, kradha means anger, akradha means who has no anger. So in order to be a good preacher, we have to be free from anger. Anger comes from passion. Kamo yesha, krodha yesha, rajaguna samudbhava. So rajaguna is the motivation for the people in this world to work. Unless you have passion, you cannot achieve something, right? Passion is very much needed. But in order to preach, we should have transcendental passion, not material passion. That's why we should have compassion. So what is compassion? Compassion is transcendental passion. So journey of a preacher is from passion to compassion. How to do that? How to cultivate compassion? Compassion, the word itself says how to do that. Compassion. Com means less passion. As passion reduces, compassion manifests. The purpose of human form of life, the purpose of Krishna consciousness is to reduce passion. More we cultivate mode of goodness, the divine qualities will manifest in the character. So in order to be free from krodha, we have to reduce our passion. And how to do that? The process is also given in the second chapter of the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We have to do seva. Nityam Bhagavata seva. If we serve the Vaishnavas and if we hear Bhagavatam from them, then what will happen? Slowly, passion will reduce. Vaishnav seva and hearing Krishna Katha, these two are very, very powerful means to bring our passion down and to manifest the quality of compassion in our character. So Nityananda Prabhu was free from anger. He did not have any anger. Because in this world nowadays, it's very easy to be angry, right? Small thing happens, we become angry. because we don't have tolerance. We cannot tolerate if anybody insults us. But when you want to preach Krishna consciousness, there will be different kinds of experiences. Sometimes you will be respected, sometimes you will be disrespected, sometimes you will be provoked, insulted. But if you react to that, then you cannot preach Krishna consciousness. And that will be possible when we cultivate another quality that will come also. That is, first is akrodha. Akrodha Paramananda Nityananda Rai Abhiman Shunna Nitai. Akrodha and Abhiman Shunna. Very, very closely connected. We have ego. How many of you have ego? Sorry to. We must have ego. Either material ego or spiritual ego. We cannot live without ego. Somebody asked me a question that how to become free from ego. I said, you don't have to be free from ego. You have to be free from false ego. And how to become free from false ego? You should have real ego. If the real thing you get, then false thing will go away. But I give a formula just to practice. Because it's a very important practice to be free from ego. Otherwise, no other qualities will develop. So, Abhiman Shunya. Trinadapi Sunichena. Mahaprabhu again and again, repeating the same principle. So let's be practical. How to do that? People become very confused. How to become humble? People are, devotees used to ask Prabhupada also, how to become humble? Prabhupada said, by becoming humble, you can become humble. Very difficult to explain how to become humble. Because humility is the natural quality of a person in knowledge. Right? Ego comes from ignorance. Ignorance is the root of pride. We forget who we are. We cannot recognize who we are. Why? Because we don't have knowledge. We are in avidya. Avidya is the root cause of ego. That's why Bhagavad Gita was spoken, and beginning of the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna told Arjuna, you are not this body, you are the spirit soul. That is called transcendental knowledge. When we will know that we are the spirit soul, and the size of the spirit soul is also explained. And what is the size? Very interesting size. 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. It's a very wonderful mathematics. After coming to ISKCON, we could know that tip of the hair can also be divided. And not only 1-2 parts, 10,000 parts. And the soul is 1/10,000 part of the tip of the hair. How insignificant? But we think we are great. We are the controller of the whole world. We want to become the controller of the whole world. Why? What is the root cause? Ego. Mountain like ego. Huge mountain like Himalaya. So much pride. And because of that, it's very, very difficult to practice Krishna consciousness in proper mood. That's why Nityananda Prabhu is showing he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But he is showing extreme humility. So I give a formula of ego, how to get rid of ego. We can get rid of ego by ego itself. E-G-O. It's for us is very easy to remember. E means engage in menial services. G means give credit to others. O means offer respect to everyone. If we practice these principles, I think there will be some results from this practice to take care of our ego. So, engage in menial services is very, very important principle. Service means we should have the proper mood. Service does not melt the heart of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Service mood melts the heart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. It's the attitude. It's not the aptitude. That's why we say it is not the aptitude, but the attitude that determines the altitude of our devotional progress. Attitude matters. What service you are doing is not important for Krishna. Because you should not think that unless we do it, things will collapse. It's not like that. Sometimes people think, oh, if I don't cook, what will happen to Krishna? You should not think like that. Krishna has thousands and millions of cooks to cook for him. Right? How many Lakshmis are there? Chintamani pakara sadmasya kalpa viksha lakshabiteshu suravira vipalayantam Lakshmi sahasra sata sambrama sevyamanam govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. We should not think that there are scarcity of servants for Krishna to serve. The Lakshmis is, the thousands and millions of Lakshmis are in the line. And they are begging for service. That is the mood coming from the spiritual world. Sometimes people think in ISKCON there is always line. Prasad line, Charanamrita line, this line, that line. But it's coming from the spiritual world only. Practice here, otherwise you cannot adjust there. This is a place of practice. So that is the mood of a servant. That I am not qualified. Still I am given the opportunity. But people think that, I am a glorious servant. I should be given all the services. That kind of mood is not the proper mood to touch the heart of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why you should engage in menial services. In our New Bhakta training program, in Gurukul training program also, whether you are from an aristocratic family, royal family, or any other family, whoever you may be, you have to clean. You have to clean the toilet, you have to clean the rooms, you have to clean the streets. That is the training. Why? Because menial services help us to forget our false position and to remember our real position. We are the servant. So, Vice Chancellor of Benares Hindu University came to see Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. And he understood. And he said, I have questions. Those who are intelligent, they always have questions. Having questions is not a problem, but you have to ask questions in a proper mood. But people have different mood because they think they know so much. So they want to impress by asking questions also. So they came with that mood. Srila Bhaktivinoda Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada understood. He said, I like to answer your question, but I am very busy today. But my disciples can answer your questions. So he said, where can I find your disciples? He said, they are in the next room, no problem. Just go there, they will answer your questions. So he went to the next room. Next room was not a room, it's a deity kitchen. And they are cleaning the deity kitchen. So he entered into that. And he said, your guru, send me so that I can ask question and you can answer my question. He said, definitely, we will answer your question. But we are in the process of cleaning the kitchen now, and today few devotees did not turn up. So if you can help, then we can finish it quickly. Then we can answer your question also quickly. Vice Chancellor, somehow. He started cleaning the deity kitchen. And after cleaning was over, then the disciple asked, what's your question? He said, I got the answer of all my questions. The service answers the questions. But people sometimes miss that point. So therefore, we have to engage in menial services to come out from the false ego. The first principle. Second is, give credit to others. This is the greatest austerity in this world. Mind always says, I am the doer. If anything good happens, I have done it. If anything bad happens, he has done it. We are very, very particular to get the credit and blame others. That is not the nature of spiritual world. Spiritual world is completely opposite. Krishna wants to give credit to his devotees, and devotees want to give credit to Krishna. It's a competition of giving credit, not taking credit. But our journey here in this world to take credit. Opposite. That's why it's very, very painful in our consciousness. Very painful. But Prabhupada said, even if you believe that you are the doer, but practice to give that credit to others. Even if you are convinced that you have done it, still you should say, Prabhu, you have done it. Practice it. Through practice, slowly, slowly, it will happen. So one Maharaj used to say, fake it till you make it. But you have to practice it with genuine intention. I don't have that appreciation, but I want to practice it. So giving credit to others is very, very important principle to cultivate humility and to be free from false ego. Then last one, offer respects to everyone. It is also a common principle now. How to know a person is great? How he is dealing with the common people. That is the way to judge a great person. A great person deals with the common people with great respect. That is the symptom of a great person. That's coming from the spiritual world, but that principle is also taught in this world. But we forget that principle. As soon as we become senior in Krishna consciousness, instead of offering respect, we expect that people will respect me. Getting respect is not a problem, but expecting respect is the problem. But the problem is, when you get respect regularly, then you start expecting respect. If some devotees offer respect every day, as soon as he sees you offer pranam, after a few days, if he does not, then he starts thinking, why he did not do that? Why? Always, instead of thinking of something else, he always think why he did not offer respect to me. Because expectations. And expectations lead to frustrations. Why people are frustrated in this world? Because this world is the world of expectations. We always expect how others will behave with me. But we are not thinking how I will behave with others. Just like we make statements, very wonderful joking statement, that every boy is thinking that his wife should be endowed with divine qualities like Sita Devi. They have a list also. This should be there, that should be there, that should be there. High level of expectations. But he forgets that he is not Ram. He is a Ravana. But expectation is very high. And every girl is thinking that my husband will be like Ram with all divine qualities. Ticking. But she also forgets she is not Sita Devi. She is Surpanakha. But expectations are there. High level of expectations. And expectations lead to frustrations. So in spiritual journey, we have to stop expecting respect. But we should be ready to offer respect to anyone and everyone. And that will keep us in a humble state of mind. And then that will touch the heart of Krishna. And that is the success of a spiritual journey. So Nityananda Prabhu was Akrada Paramananda, Nityananda Rai. Abhiman Shunna Nitai Nagore Berai. He was Abhiman Shunna. He was completely free from false ego. And he was having no anger. He was free from anger. And that's why he was experiencing Ananda. Paramananda. So in order to preach Krishna consciousness, we have to be in bliss. We should not be suffering, struggling. You should not, then you cannot preach Krishna consciousness. That's why Prabhupada used to say, chant and be happy. Yes, Prabhupada was very confident that if you chant, you will definitely become happy. That was his high level of confidence. And when he used to see that devotees are not happy, Prabhupada used to be very frustrated. That even after chanting the holy name, you are not becoming happy, then what is the hope? One person came to see how devotees are happy during chanting in a temple. And he came and see the devotees are not happy, they are struggling like anything. Right? Because during chanting, eyelids become very heavy. To keep the eyelids open is the main struggle. Not to talk about other expressions of love during chanting. Devotees sometimes ask, when that day will come, Nayanang Galadostu Dharaya Badanang Gadgada Rudraya Gira. When the tears will come out of love while chanting the holy name of the Lord. But that is the topmost perfection. Before that, you have to come to the minimum level. Stay awake. First do that. You are not able to keep your eyelids open, but you are expecting some spiritual emotions while chanting the holy name. It's unreasonable expectations. So first is Krishna expects from us that while chanting you should be awake. So I was hearing a good example. The night security guard, the expectation from them is that, minimum expectation is that you should be awake. Whether you are doing anything else or not a problem. If you are awake, you are paid. So in the same way as a sadhaka, the minimum thing we should do, that we should be awake. That is the first austerity. So why it's like that? Because we don't have any ananda. There is no happiness. Why? Because we are struggling. Sadhaka means struggle. That's why people say, Prabhupada did not tell the full sentence. Chant, struggle and be happy. Struggling. So sadhaka also feels happy, and siddhas also feel happy while chanting the holy name of the Lord. But there is a big difference. A sadhaka, struggling sadhaka, feels the most happy moment in the day when he finishes his chanting of the 16 rounds. Chanting is completed. What a moment of celebration. That is a symptom of a devotee who does not have any taste in the holy name. But who has taste? He feels happiness during chanting of the holy name. And Prabhupada said, what is the symptom of taste? When he feels to chant more, even after finishing 16 rounds. Just like prasadam, I was giving the same example here. Prasadam is very easy to relate to. If prasadam is tasty, even you eat up to this, still you feel I want to eat more. But if prasadam is not according to your expectations, before you start eating, your stomach is full. Because no inclination, because there is no taste. So therefore, we have to develop the taste in the holy name. But in order to do that, we have to follow the process. But Nityananda Prabhu was in complete bliss. He was in complete ananda. So who can be in that ananda when he does not have any expectation? Brahma bhuta prasanna atma na sachati na kangshati sama sarveshu bhuteshu mad bhakti labhate param. So why we are not experiencing happiness in this world? Because we are inflicted by the problems of hankering and lamentation. We are hankering for something what we don't have, and we are lamenting for something what we have lost. But we know in Bhagavad Gita that nothing belongs to us. Still we have that problem. We don't have the faith and conviction that everything belongs to Krishna. When someone is completely convinced that everything belongs to Krishna, there is no question of hankering and lamentation. But because we are not having that kind of conviction, still after practicing Krishna consciousness, we have the problem of hankering and lamentation. That's why you are not experiencing ananda, because we have chinta. We have anxiety. So anxiety is the obstacle to experience ananda. So this world is the world of chinta and chita. Right? Chinta means anxiety. Chita means funeral pyre. We have these two problems. And both burn. Pyre, funeral pyre burns the dead body once. And chinta, anxiety, burns the living body constantly. So in order to be free from that, we have to come to the platform of Brahma Bhuta. What is the symptom of Brahma Bhuta? No hankering and no lamentation, and accepting Krishna is the supreme controller. Why you are in anxiety? Because we want to be the controller. So how we can be free from anxiety? When we give the control of our life to Krishna. When we don't have that controlling attitude, when we give the control of our life completely to Krishna, there is no question of any anxiety. So Nityananda Prabhu did not have any anxiety because he is a completely sold out personality for the service of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why he is experiencing Paramananda. We have Jarananda, we have Brahmananda, we have Premananda. Then beyond that also there is another Ananda, Sevananda. The gopis, they don't want Premananda. They want Sevananda. Prema and Seva. There is a difference also. So when the gopis serve Krishna, if the symptoms of prema disturb their service, they say, dear symptoms of love of Godhead, please disappear. Because you are disturbing our service. So they want to give up the symptoms of love of Godhead in order to serve Krishna properly. Because they want to please Krishna by their devotional service. And in expectation, they don't want anything, including the symptoms of love of Godhead. That is the highest level of Ananda, that is Sevananda. So Nityananda Prabhu was having that Ananda, Paramananda. And that's why he was able to spread Krishna consciousness in every town and village, as instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So time is 7:30 now. I think time is up, right? Few more minutes? Okay. Few more minutes, you're okay with that? So Nityananda Prabhu, his heart and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's heart is identical. Nityananda Prabhu knows what Mahaprabhu wants. That is the quality of a guru. Guru knows what Krishna wants. So Nityananda Prabhu knew exactly what Mahaprabhu wanted. Mahaprabhu did not tell him. Example is when Mahaprabhu took sannyas, after taking sannyas, Mahaprabhu wanted to go to Jagannath Puri. Not Jagannath Puri. He wanted to go to Vrindavan. But Nityananda Prabhu knew that Mahaprabhu did not want to go to Vrindavan without meeting the devotees of Navadvip. Because he knew if Mahaprabhu does not meet them, what happened to the devotees of Ekachakra, that will happen to Mayapur Dham. So he understood the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why Mahaprabhu was misdirected apparently by the arrangement of Nityananda Prabhu. So instead of going to Vrindavan, Mahaprabhu landed up in Santipur. Apparently, Mahaprabhu showed anger to Nityananda Prabhu, but he was extremely happy with Nityananda Prabhu because that was the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He also broke the danda, sannyas danda of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu into 3 pieces and threw into the river. He became very upset with the danda. He said, I am carrying Mahaprabhu in my heart and Mahaprabhu is carrying you. What do you think? My dear danda, get lost. So he broke that danda and threw into the Ganges. There are a lot of explanations why he broke the danda. There are so many explanations, but one of the explanations is that he understood that Mahaprabhu does not need that danda. He fulfilled the desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that's why Nityananda Prabhu is the true representative of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So in order to have access to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, we have to take shelter of Nityananda Prabhu. And Mahaprabhu established that principle also. Raghunath Das Goswami, he wanted to join full time. He came to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu at Santipur and he expressed his desire. My dear Lord, I want to join full time and serve you full time. Wonderful proposal. But Mahaprabhu said, please give up this markat vairagya. Go back and get married. And act like a worldly person and cultivate renunciation internally. Antare karo nishtha, baire loko vyavahar. So externally you should act like an ordinary man, but internally cultivate Krishna consciousness. That was the instruction given. So Mahaprabhu rejected the proposal of Raghunath Das Goswami. And he wanted to go out. He did not like. And parents thought better let him get married. That is the idea parents always have. If someone wants to join full time, let him get married. Then problem is solved. They also had the same plan. So he got married. The wife was beautiful like the apsaras of the heavenly planet. And he was from a very aristocratic family, filthy rich. But still, no interest. And he was trying to run away. He was trying. Many times he did that. But the security guards of his father used to catch and bring him back. The mother became fed up. He said, She said to her husband that better bind Raghunath with ropes. Too much. Then father said, the beautiful wife, like the apsaras of heavenly planet, and Indra-like opulence cannot bind him. How an ordinary rope of this world can bind Raghunath? Who has received the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, nothing of this world can bind him. That is the power of the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Very dangerous mercy. Mahaprabhu's mercy make the kings into beggars. That is the power of his mercy. They become transcendental rich person, but externally they become beggars. See the life of Rupa Goswami. See the life of Sanatana Goswami. See the life of Raghunath Das Goswami. They are from a filthy rich aristocratic background, but everything they left, and to serve Krishna, serve Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they renounced everything. That is the power of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. But here it is not working. Raghunath Das Goswami wants to do that, but it's not working. Then he got the news that Nityananda Prabhu came at Panihati, and his village and Panihati is nearby. So he could manage to see Nityananda Prabhu. And he was offering obeisances to Nityananda Prabhu from a distance. Then the associates of Nityananda Prabhu told that Raghunath came to offer obeisances to you, and he is offering obeisances from a distance. He said, where is he? He is a thief. I want to punish him. Why he is telling thief? He is a rich person. He did not steal anything. It's a very deep message Nityananda Prabhu is conveying by this. Because Mahaprabhu is the wealth of Nityananda Prabhu. And Raghunath Das Goswami wanted to steal that wealth because he did not inform Nityananda Prabhu when he approached Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That's why Mahaprabhu rejected him. So Nityananda Prabhu communicated that point. And he said that you have stolen, you're a thief, you tried to steal. That's why you need to get punishment. What's punishment? Feed the Vaishnavas, feed the devotees. That is the glory of Nityananda Prabhu's punishment. His punishment transformed into a festival. Panihati Danda Mahotsav, the festival of punishment. And what is the activity? Feeding the Vaishnavas. Because it was summer, the item was selected, yogurt and chipped rice. Chira, Dahi, Mahotsav. Hundreds and thousands of people were fed, and when they are so satisfied, Nityananda Prabhu became very pleased with Raghunath by his wonderful service, and he called Raghunath, and he has put his lotus feet on his head, and he said, all your desires will be fulfilled. So what is the secret? Vaishnava Seva. So that is the secret. We have to come down to that platform. If you want to please Nityananda Prabhu, if you want to please Krishna, if you want to please Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the process is to serve the Vaishnavas, and the best way to serve the Vaishnavas is to feed them. So that program is going to start now. So we cannot wait for that, and we'll stop our discussion, and we beg the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu so that we can develop the mood of Nityananda Prabhu and serve in that mood the way he served Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and make our life successful. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nityananda Prabhu ki, Nityananda Trayodashi Mahamahotsava ki, Nityananda Ram ki, Ekachakra Dham ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. So we've been having a sweet nectar flowing from the lotus meat of Maharaj. So it is so amazing to hear all these things on the special day. So let's thank Maharaj and also chant Hare Krishna mantra for Maharaj's spiritual progress and his mercy on all of us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So do you want to hear this nectar again? Okay. So Maharaj has come with some wonderful plans. So this is open to all of you. It is going to be on Sunday, that is day after tomorrow. So Maharaj is going to do something like a seminar. It is going to start at Sunday morning 9 a.m. And we'll have a break in about 1.5 hours. And then again continue, go till 12 o'clock. So it's going to be a 3-hour seminar. And topic, very, very nectarian. It is called the pinnacle of transcendence. So what is this going to be? Maharaj is going to extract the nectar out of the conversation between Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Ramananda Rai.
Not the part 1 section, part 2 section.
Okay. Okay, so this is a part 2 section. Generally, we don't get opportunity to hear it. So Maharaj is going to talk about that. And he's also going to explain what does it mean to us in terms of practically applying devotional service as takeaway from that conversation. So Maharaj is going to teach us even that also. So you will get a registration form in your WhatsApp. Please register. This is just for us to manage logistics, okay? But all of you are invited. So the program on Sunday is going to be like this. There will be morning Mangalarti, Darshanarti, and 8 o'clock we are going to serve breakfast prasadam. Okay? So after 8 o'clock breakfast prasadam, in this temple hall, first floor, we're going to have this seminar. Okay? So after seminar at 12 o'clock, you will have your Sunday feast prasadam, lunch prasadam. Okay? So please sign up for your Google form when you get it for us to manage our logistics better. Okay? Thank you so much. Secondly, we have some sponsors. So we just want to thank devotees who have come forward and taken up the sponsorship for Nityananda Trayodashi program or festival. So first is Dr. Saraswati Venkata Reddy. The second is Rengaraj and Ragavan. Third sponsor is Somashekar Prabhu. Then fourth is Usha Murthy Mataji. Then fifth is Vedansh Reddy Mataji. Okay. Then we also have today's special prasadam sponsored by Her Grace Lokeshwari Lakshmi Mataji. So let's chant Hare Krishna for all of them. Okay, so we have some more. I'm sorry. So we have Unmani Radha Devidasi Mataji sponsoring for today's prasadam. Then